Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it to Friday. This morning has been hard in terms of energy. I slept right through the phase of light that I have programmed to turn on in my house. And I don't want to hold the thing either. So there's that. My energy is not here today. And it's not like I'll find it. I know I'll find it, but it is gloom and doom here in Minneapolis today. Like the forecast for rain started yesterday in like early afternoon, and the weather report just says, rain for like 24, 48 hours. So it's gonna be a gloom and doom day. And lucky me, I have the pleasure of driving in that rain to go to St. Paul for a dermatologist appointment that I made back in like February. And for a mole check, like a routine, get your body looked at by somebody, a professional eyes, to make sure that you don't have anything precancerous happening or anything like that. I've been waiting months for this appointment because I originally had it in April, and then I had to move it to go to my husband's, so maybe I canceled it in February. I can't remember. I had to move it for my husband's grandfather's funeral. And the next available was October. April to October. Ridiculous. So this is your friendly reminder to make those preventative health appointments. Get your mammograms, get your pap smears, get your body scans, get your mole checks, get all of it, because it's a lot better and healthier and cheaper if you find something early than if you avoid it and you find something too late. So that's what I have the pleasure of doing this morning. I just heard my bagel pop. I'm having a pumpkin spice bagel that I pulled out of the freezer, and I'm packing some coffee to go, and it's like a 40-something minute drive to St. Paul. So at least I have a new audiobook to listen to in the car, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the car this morning. Happy Friday. So on the way back from my journey all the way out to St. Paul, I drove by my Trader Joe's. So I went and picked up a couple of things. Let me show you what I got. Got some restock items, some old favorites, and some brand new to me things. So first I got the pumpkin brioche twist bread. It sounds so good. I love a good brioche bread. And I even struck up a conversation with my checkout guy, and he's like, have you ever had this before? And I was like, no. He goes, it's excellent. And I go, okay, how do you prepare it? And he says, I just put it in the toaster, put a little bit of butter on it. And then the woman at the next register says, I make French toast out of it all of the time. And I was like, that's funny you say that, because I was thinking about doing just that. So we've got that. And then I saw a Trader Joe's creator post about these. I didn't even realize they were gluten-free. Not that it matters, but hopefully they're good. Gluten-free stuff tends to be inferior tasting, in my opinion. So we'll see if these are actually any good. We'll find out. They're the pumpkin streusel muffins. I did get an apple harvest salad kit. And then because I did not get the normal angelic bread that I get at Costco, because my husband and I want to transition our lunches away from sandwiches with processed meats into maybe more of like a soup and salad and lunch alternative situation, I grabbed some of this because I still have avocado toast that I want to eat, etc. And it's also a really good comfort food to just like toast it and put some butter on it. I'm a big fan of this bread, the sprouted wheat. This is one of those breads that I talk about where it's like heartier, like the angelic bread. 90 calories, no fat, 14 carbs, 2 fiber, 7 grams of protein. Like, it's a hearty piece of bread, y'all. It's a little bit more balanced. I think the angelic bread has 3 instead of 2 grams of fiber, but hey, fiber is fiber. I'm feeling lazy. I want to make some chili in the crock pot, and I just don't have the energy to cut onions. And they're cheaper. These are only $1.99 at Trader Joe's. Got more Parmesan cheese. It's really good. It trumps Kraft's powdered stuff, and it lasts a whole lot longer. Or it lasts a long time. This is new to me. It just sounded really good. Intuitive eating, Brianna kicked in, and I went, there is absolutely no reason I can't have this, so let's purchase it. And for my nutrition watching people out there, oh, that's okay. I'll get into how exhausted I am in a minute, but I saw the $2.90 and I'm like, that's not all that different from the reduced guilt mac and cheese. It's for half the container, but nonetheless, doesn't matter. Yes, so this might actually be something fun to split with my husband next time we have like nugs or something, the frozen nuggets. Actually, that's a brilliant idea, and I think we'll do just that. I got 2 of these reduced guilt mac and cheeses. I did get, like I promised, another one of the holiday vegetable hashes specifically for my breakfast situation. This with some eggs and some feta cheese is absolute and utter perfection. Try it, you will not be disappointed. Got 2 more cauliflower gnocchi because gnocchi bowls have been a thing in the last week. And then I got this thanks to Susan. Shout out to Susan. I know you watch all of my videos. I got the sweet potato gnocchi. I hope this is what you were talking about with butter and sage. I currently have an affinity for the sage flavoring. So I'm all about anything with sage, but she said pan fry these up, I think, cook them, and then add a little feta cheese to them. And it sounded absolutely divine when she commented on one of my videos and talked about this. So I decided to get them. So that's my little, like, small, conservative Trader Joe's haul. So I went, I guess I can talk to you. I'm trying really hard to not, does this work? Does this work? Kind of, sort of. Y'all, I am so tired. Like, I got home and felt all of the desire to move my body in any way. Like, I don't mean exercise. I mean literally move my body in any way. Drain from my body. And I'm sure subconsciously a lot of that is the fact that I just had to drive 60 miles and, because yes, 30 miles there and 30 miles back, in not drizzling rain conditions. For those of you that might not know, I have PTSD from almost dying in a really bad rain-related accident. Like flooding. I didn't crash into anybody, but like flooding. There was water in my car. It was horrible. Legitimately have PTSD. Terrified to drive in the rain. And even though this was back in 2011 that this happened, 2012 maybe, no, 2011, that sounds right. Yes, it was 2011. So here we are 12 years later and I still have PTSD. I'm very proud of myself because I did not have a single panic attack. I was listening to a book. I kind of tuned out from the book a couple of times. I was just very guarded, on guard, aware of the conditions, driving a little bit slower, took some CBD before I left just to help take the edge off the nerves a little bit. And I survived. And it's very, very different being in the little car that I was in the accident in versus being in this nice SUV that my husband bought me. So I feel much safer in the SUV. And like, there's a lot smaller likelihood of that event happening again. But still, on a subconscious level, I think there was still a lot of panic related to it. Even if I didn't experience it like consciously, subconsciously, I drove there, I drove back, I stopped at Trader Joe's, as you saw, and all of this was happening in the rain. Rain, which under normal conditions, I would not leave the house to go drive in. But because of how rare it is to be able to get this appointment, and I talked to the physician's assistant, and she's like, yeah, her next available is, like, she's already booking out for next July. This dermatologist. And so I was like, I'm gonna go to this appointment. I'm gonna do it. And so I think that subconsciously just took everything I had, and there's no sun. And I woke from a like getting up this morning was very, very hard. Like it's just all around a low energy day. And my watch, my app, my Gentler app is telling me, you should take it easy today. Cause I've been moving, I've been shaking, I've been going. So I was like, you know what, app? I think you're right. I am going to take it a little bit easier today. Man, today is a struggle. Like my body just doesn't feel quite right. For as like banging and confident as I was feeling yesterday, like it's not that I don't feel confident today, but like the energy is completely different from yesterday. And it's an interesting trend with me. It's a trend, a pattern, whatever it is. It's not uncommon for me to have a high energy day followed by a low energy day. Like, wouldn't it be nice if those two would just like even themselves out and I would just have a steady energy day regularly instead of like almost like a manic depressive type of thing where like the energy is so high and you're feeling so good and you're doing all the things that you end up crossing the line you don't even see drawn in the sand, and then the next day is just a low. Not like I'm not sad. I'm very pleased actually. Went to Trader Joe's, proud of myself for driving in the rain. The doctor looked at all of the many spots on my body and there's not a single one to be concerned about. And she goes, with a situation like yours, she goes, you don't have to come and see me every year. Come and see me if something changes or come and see me after a couple of years. But you don't have to come every year because there's nothing on your body that needs to be watched that looks remotely alarming. Everything on your body is completely normal. Praise God. Because I have some things on my body that like new spots that my husband found. He's like, you need to go get that checked because that looks darker or wasn't there before or whatever the case may be. So that was good. And then when she asked if I had any questions, I said, actually, yes, I'm not here for this, but you're a dermatologist. And I told her like really briefly, you know, I had adult acne really bad until like 6 months ago. And then all of a sudden the acne turned off. And like, while I still have pores and get the occasional breakout, like nothing like it used to be. Go back and watch some old videos from like 2017, 18, 19. Oof, the acne on my face. But the dryness that I've been talking about, right? So I'm like, what do you recommend? What brands, as a dermatologist, do you recommend for this current skin situation? Because I'm 2 seconds away from taking the deep dive into all of the skin stuff. Because I'm a skincare junkie. What do you recommend? And she said, of course, CeraVe. She goes, it's not pretty, it's not fancy, but CeraVe is one of the best ones out there. La Roche-Posay, whatever. So she gave a couple of brands that are all available at Target, and Vanicream, which is literally what I put on my chin last night. I have a big container of Vanicream, really affordable. It was like 15 or 16 bucks for this giant vat that I literally use for my lips mostly. Anyway, so she's like, the physician's assistant's like, I'm gonna send you home with some samples. So she gives me this little bag. And I was like, this little bag feels awfully heavy. Y'all, I was expecting like a packet or two of like lotions. Look what this girl sent home with me. We're gonna sort it out and then I'm gonna show you what amazing skincare samples I got. Okay, so it's a lot of like the same products with just multiples or slight variations. So for example, the La Roche-Posay, which is what she recommended, they gave me a double repair face moisturizer with sunscreen in it, a double repair face moisturizer plain, a double repair matte moisturizer for oily or combination skin, and I got 2 of those, which is great. And then all of the La Roche-Posay, I mean, they're dermatologists. Of course they're big on sunscreen, right? They're gonna pawn off as much sunscreen on people as they can. So I got this Anthelios Face SPF 60, another like a tube of, I think this is face and body. Yep, body and face SPF 60. I got a 70 Anthelios UV Correct Daily Lotion Sunscreen, and then a packet of Anthelios for kids and oil-free for the acne-prone skin. And then this is the CeraVe lineup. Again, mostly the same product with slight variations. So we have mineral sunscreen, just flat out mineral sunscreen. We have ultra-light moisturizing lotion. We have facial moisturizing lotion AM with SPF 30. We have sunscreen with SPF 30. We have PM facial moisturizing lotion, and then we have 2 of the moisturizing creams, which is actually the one I'm interested in, the thick, heavy one for the dryness on my skin. Talk about a generous sample bag. I literally was expecting like maybe something that was like that, like a CeraVe moisturizer and a couple La Roche-Posay packets. That's what I was expecting to get, and that's what I got. Freaking amazing. So now my husband should be landing in about 10 minutes. He should be landing in Minneapolis. Then he has to grab his car, which is at the airport, and drive through the same rain I had to drive through. And then he'll be home. He'll probably work for some of the day. I don't know. And my day is going to look probably very boring to you watching my vlogs, but I'm probably gonna sit and edit for a while, do a little bit of cleaning, maybe do a load of towel laundry. That's what I should do. And just kind of get some things picked up. There's not a whole lot to pick up. I didn't make very big of a mess this time around when he was gone. Usually like I spend the week doing a bunch of other things and thus like not putting dishes away or letting clutter accumulate. And then on the day that like my husband comes home, that morning and stuff, I would typically do like house cleaning. So the house was ready for the weekend and ready for him to come home. I didn't make that much of a mess, which is awesome. So let the Friday afternoon of coziness and quiet and calm commence. You guys want to see something hilarious? Watch what Gracie does when my husband walks in the door. I wish that somebody would be that excited to see me. What you doing? Daddy coming home? Is Daddy coming home? I'm tracking him on a map. The garage door should be opening any second. Where is she? You went out to the garage? Seriously?
Stop.
Too.
Sorry, I got stuff to bring in. Can't run into it.
Is Daddy home? Is he home? I told you. Oh, we're getting a toy. Oh.
Down. Sit. Sit. Can you do it?
Can't sit, too excited.
Gracie, sit.
Oh.
Sit. Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious. Seriously? And now for the toy. But which one? She gets so overwhelmed by the decision that she opts to make no decision. Oh, well, now you did it. You get too excited? Oh my goodness, Gracie. You're funny.